Hey folks, welcome back. Now, a little bit of a story before we start with this game. You know, Arnold was having his good days with his cookie, but then some bullies came and stole his cookie. Now Arnold is pretty pissed off. He wants his cookie back. Put that cookie down! Here he goes. So Thunderous comes in here, he's gotta switch out straight off. He doesn't want a wall switch in case I switch out Landers, knowing for a fact his most likely choice is a lead Thunderous. He probably is, and he does realize I do know his most likely choice. So I did not switch out Landers, I just go for the Dynamic Punch against the Gastro, which kinda does confirm he was probably predicting me to switch out the Landers. I'm gonna go for a sub this turn, knowing that he is offensive. That's why, well, I am offensive. He's not offensive, he's defensive, but because he's defensive, he does not have the offensive power to break my sub. So that is great, because now under a sub, Gastro and Among Us aren't looking that great. I have Ice Punch just in case Gliscor is switching in. So even Gliscor is gonna be strike down in pain and agony. Just gonna go for the Dynamic Punch on the switch. There I actually decided to go for Ice Punch just in case, you know, Gastro is not gonna get two shot at me as well. Go for it on the switch. Put something, you know, down. But right now, as it stands, I'm just gonna Ice Punch again. He's gonna hit himself, so I'm getting a little bit lucky. Gastro hit himself, so I guess my opponent isn't really that lucky when confusion is concerned. I'm just gonna go for this up again, knowing for a fact he's most likely gonna wall switch. If he's gonna do something else, I can easily try to play around that. Gotta go for the Dynamic Punch against the Gastro, just taking it out straight off, no problem, no questions asked. And you know, Arnold is still pretty pissed off, so his satisfaction of revenge is still not satisfied. I'm gonna go for another sub just to see what kind of move he's gonna lock himself into. It's probably a Choice Scarf, you know, late game sweeper, Heracross. So he's just gonna go for the Mega Horn. There is no guard involved. He's never gonna miss, but the same can be said about Stone Edge. Fighting versus fighting. Arnold, like a boss, taking it out with a crit, and boss goes down. Arnold killed his own boss now. He is fired, unfortunately, by his other boss. So right now we're gonna switch out to our Landorus, knowing this turn he's probably just gonna play it safe, and he did by going for the Thunder, which does realize no guard. A Thunder would have always hit, plus most likely Specs, I'm guessing, or maybe his Scarf, but that team really heavily depends on the opponent's rain, unfortunately, because I don't really favor weather use. I aren't using it, and that's why, you know, Thunderous' Thunder isn't really gonna be benefiting him much. Plus I do go for the Earthquake, knowing his choice on the Among Us. I'm gonna go for the U-turn, and I switch out to Jirachi to feed him some Stun Spore. So right now I'm gonna speed me now. I know, stupid names. I'm just gonna go for the Hydro Pump. He's gonna protect. Now I'm just gonna go for the Hydro Pump again, most likely knowing, actually I was like, okay, he's probably gonna think that I'm gonna overpredict this turn, you know, taking advantage of the Protect Scout, but I'm not gonna do that. Plus see how much that did. He's probably defensive in some way, most definitely especially defensive. And now this turn I'm actually gonna switch out to Babe's Love Dragonite to take advantage of his Earth Power or Fire move or anything of that sort. I can probably take his most likely a Toxic Staller with Protect. In that case I can easily Earthquake and take him out. As Thunderous comes in, I believe Specs, you know, whatever he is, he's most likely gonna fail off taking him out. I do have multi-scale and I am offensive, but I can at least scale, I can at least scout his next move and try to probably switch in the appropriate Pokemon. And in this case, what's more appropriate than switching out to your Restart Pokemon? So Heatran, mad as ever, gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice. I do 4-time resisted, that is definitely Hidden Power Ice. See how much he did against the multi-scale Dragonite. He's gonna switch out to his Shroom Pokemon. I guess the better move would have been Volt Switch, but again I do have that Landorus involved, but I didn't do that. Fire Blast, taking him out. Focus Blast this turn, he actually missed, and I Dragon Pulse. This was more the luckiest moves, because that Focus Blast would have hit. Specs would have probably one-shotted me. But this was a team effort sweep of some sort. I'm still gonna call it Pokemon sweep. Yeah, still, you know, my opponent gave his best. It was not like he could have done much against a sub Machamp, as he was getting really unlucky with a confusion hit. But really, sub Machamp, my god, I love it to death and back. So in the end, the story ends. Arnold got his cookie back. They live happily ever after, or at least until Arnold decides to eat it. That's gonna be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, peace out. Put that cookie down!